Everything here shows you how the Africans live. The fork and knives, we use them as decorations, not as utensils. We always eat with our hands. I am a refugee, a former refugee who came about 43, 44 years ago to the US. The only thing I needed was opportunity. And this country gave me that opportunity to start my own business. And I told my wife, I'm going to start my own restaurant.
When he came home one day and said, I'm going to open a restaurant, I was like, what? You don't even know anything about that industry. And by the way, I've never seen you cook. So how are you going to do that?
I thought it was like, oh, cool. He doesn't really know how to, he doesn't really make food besides his spaghetti.
He said to me, if somebody else can do it, I can do it. I'm like, okay, we got a credit card. That's about all we got.
This is where I started with 4 tables. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 of them. And so many critics who were also criticizing. At that time there was a starvation in Ethiopia, and one of the talk show hosts said, wow, there is an Ethiopian restaurant open here in town, and what do they have to offer? They are starving right now. But he came later, the guy who commented that came and said, I'm so sorry, I really, really like this food, and this is what America needs. Soon it started filling up, and then after that, it was history. The name of the restaurant bears my mom's name because all the recipes I'm using is hers. I don't have any culinary training, but I watched my mom, how she was cooking, and then she bears a name now after that. Every recipe that we use here is my mom's.
I want to make sure.
Come on in. We have 19 different dishes. And we make them on daily basis, fresh. My personal favorite is the collard green, the red lentils, the lamb, and the spicy chicken and spicy beef. The number 4, which is shiro. It's a chickpea or garbanzo beans. They call it the food of the poor person. Most people could not afford to have meat every day. The only thing you could do is you get the cheapest one, the shiro, but it's also one of the nutritious recipes we have. I'm originally from Eritrea, which is now as a country, but when I came here, I came as an Ethiopian because there was no country named Eritrea. So I'm originally from Ethiopia. There was a civil war going on after the king was overthrown in Ethiopia. As a peaceful person, you have to join either the government troops, the anti-government troops. I didn't want to be part of either.
That's one of the longest running wars in Africa, is between Eritrea and Ethiopia. So people fled from both Eritrea and Ethiopia into the Sudan, which is a neighboring country.
So I just decided to leave the country, and I lived a year in the Sudan as a refugee. And I was sponsored by United Nations Higher Commission for Refugees.
He was headed for San Diego in a few months. I said, why don't you go to DC instead? Because I'm going to go back to DC and I can help you.
When I came first, I was a dishwasher at McDonald's, which always people talk about McDonald's accommodating people. After McDonald's, I worked at a Pizza Hut. I went to UDC, University of Washington, DC, took English. And then my wife worked for Peace Corps. She was a PCMO, Peace Corps Medical Director in West Africa. And I was working for the US government at the embassy in West Africa. And then we lived there for 2 years. Didn't like it very much. It was a beautiful country, but the politics was everywhere between Senegal and Mauritania. We left the country and then came here to Arizona. And then after that, I worked for a company that rebuilt large body airplanes. Okay, movie star. But I was not happy, so I decided to start my own venture. This is a country of immigrants. They come here, they run away from the homes they love, from the parents they respect and love, from the friends they have, just to have a peaceful night without being afraid, being interrogated, and also being scared. The concept about immigrants come here to do some killings, some stealing, some damage to the country is not right. I don't get all the credit. My wife, who was my supporter in everything I did, deserves as much, if not more, credit. And my kids, they are the best support I have in my entire life.
You know, I was in 3rd grade. I was like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? I didn't really get the gravity of it, I don't think.
Yeah.
First jobs were to peel carrots and potatoes, like chop carrots and peel potatoes, and pick up cigarette butts in the parking lot. Can't do that anymore.
I mean, we've been involved like as kids basically since it opened. So I think I was like 4 or 5.
Well, man, we hated it. We cried, we complained, you know. And like I said, when you get older and realize like, oh, we didn't really see my dad hardly ever, like, you know, except for Mondays when he had his day off at night. Like, it was more of just being able to a way to spend time with his kids.
Often he would call and he'd go, oh my God, I need help, can you come? And I'd go, well, not really, but okay. And I'd pack the kids up, having a family, a wife and children who would say, yes, we'll come help. You know, helped him a lot, yeah.
I want my kids to learn the work of ethics and work independently, to have their own business, to have their own establishment, to have their own career. And all my kids are helping me now. One is running the restaurant with me, learning from what I did. My other son is running the bar. And my daughter is helping me doing all the accounting and the advertisement and all the business procedures.
The one thing I would say to my dad is, thank you for building this empire. It's been really great working with you.
I love you. I would do anything for him. I would do anything for him. And the example he has set for our children is huge.
The one thing I would say to my dad is that you should take a break and relax and enjoy all of the things that you've built. Take some time to enjoy that and look at what you've done, look at what we're gonna do, and enjoy it.
Here I am as an owner of a business, doing very, very well and really happy. I was a former refugee who fled his country for lack of freedom of speech, lack of a peaceful night. I'm really thankful for the people of the United States to open not only their houses but also their hearts.
Hi, I'm Tom McNamara, host of Arizona Illustrated. Thank you for watching this Arizona Illustrated story here on YouTube. And if you like that one, well, here's another story we think you'll like.